Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not.
Let's get started with the Los Angeles Lakers.
What'd you think?
Rest in peace, Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean, how about we celebrate LeBron's first vacation in a very long time?
That is a positive way to look at it,
Right?
if you're LeBron James. Side note, before we get started, I just want to point out that I do in fact have a weird OCD in this room only. I always line up my things. I like in doing the Donald Trump thing.
Yeah,
where he
come
have
in
you
and
ever
just
seen
touch
it that we
the-
talked about before? Like he as soon as he sits down, he moves
Move it.
something
Yeah.
on the table, and I have all my drinks lined up. And I do in fact
That's
drink
nice.
all three of them. I know it's
Yeah,
weird.
but drink is relative.
Take small
You
sips.
sip.
Yes. Anyway, the
Majority.
Lakers are 10th place in the West.
Whew, congratulations.
They lost to the Clippers last night, which in reality isn't a bad loss because the Clippers are in the 7th spot
And have been
and
good.
they are playing well.
Yeah. Former number 1 seed in the West.
Well, those things fluctuate throughout the season. The real loss, the real end of the season was the loss to the Suns. Like if we're keeping it funky around here, that's really when it ended.
the
We
way it
tried to
happened.
pretend like they were still in it after that. They had to beat the Clippers. It was not an option. They had to beat the Clippers, and they didn't.
Or
And
one of those games they lost before getting to the Clippers would have helped.
Sure. Maybe like a bunch of losses that they've had throughout the season would have helped. But when
Yes.
at this point in the season, those are losses that needed to be W's. And they're pretty much out of the playoff hunt. They're like 5.5 games back right now as we speak. And
Mathematically, they're copping out a lot on the mathematically. Both Luke Walton and LeBron's like, I'm not sure mathematically. We got to look at the numbers.
No. Mathematically, if a miracle happens and everyone else who is playing basketball in the NBA forgot how to play basketball,
Yes.
aka the Monstars,
Yes.
maybe this is a prequel to what's actually going to happen in Space Jam 2.
A story is being told.
I think we just figured it out.
No question.
Maybe we didn't, and just the Lakers are just bad.
Really bad.
Here's the thing about the Lakers this year, and there's a lot of different things about the Lakers this year, but what I've been harping on for the past couple weeks is that while there's a lot of sexy storylines to why the Lakers are doing bad, it's Luke Walton, and he is terrible ATOs, and he doesn't have an offense, and he can't connect with the players, and then there's Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, and the whole Anthony Davis trade fiasco and how they handled that, and then there's LeBron not connecting with his teammates, and there's a million different things. For me, the number one thing that happened with the Lakers this year is injuries. I know that's so boring, and there's no control over it, and there's really nothing to discuss because it's out of everyone's control.
Yeah.
But the injuries are what happened to the Lakers this
Not
year.
sexy
It's
to talk about.
It's not sexy. We're going to put on our girdles and our house shoes and our muumuus and talk about this because this is really what it's about. All right, just imagine the most unsexy story that you can possibly imagine.
real.
All right, we're gonna talk about being constipated right now. That's what it is.
Yes.
All right. Injuries
Toilet
are
talk.
what happened to the Lakers this year. Had LeBron not gotten injured and they were playing well going into All-Star and going into the trade deadline, this would have been a different conversation. The trade probably would have went down. We would be in a completely different situation with the Lakers right now. How they would currently be assembled, I don't know. I don't know what that roster would look like, but I guarantee you we'd be having a different conversation. You can't lose LeBron James for the longest stretch of his career. Lonzo
17
Ball,
games.
and I know everyone's like, "Oh, Lonzo's not really that good." Is he doing it? Okay, just stop it. Like, do any amount of research. Lonzo is a very important part of that team defensively, and he gets the ball moving, and they play better with Lonzo. That's just facts. Okay, we'll
True.
discuss that later when we get to LeVar. You had Brandon Ingram injured. You had Kuzma injured. You just can't have that
Rondo.
many injuries. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Rondo.
Yeah.
When does it end? It doesn't. You cannot have that many injuries and have a successful season in the West. It's just not reality. So we can talk about all the other things, and we will. We will talk about all the things I mentioned earlier, and I'm sure I'm forgetting storylines here. But the reality is that is what the crux of the issues with the Lakers are. That's the start of it. It's the end of it. You gotta have everybody on the floor at the same time. They were playing well. They were thriving
Fourth
almost.
in the West
Think
at
about
their
this.
best.
Do you remember? Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Let's do it.
Do you remember that team that got into the fight with the Rockets?
Woo!
That was this season. Doesn't it seem like
Yeah.
a million years ago? That was this team.
So we were going to be talking about the Lakers regardless, but the fact that the main storyline, the Lakers may have been the most injured team in the NBA all season long, and that storyline is null and void because we just want to talk about LeBron.
Right. And that's the real problem with this whole situation, is that we probably put the expectations too high on the Lakers this year. I may have said that they were going to win 50 games and go to the Western Conference Finals, so I was a little off.
You definitely said that, and you definitely was. Where Joy was wrong.
I was a little off, but had they not had injuries, they probably would be there.
I mean, I don't think with that team, the way it's constructed, we saw big holes in the games, so much so that we know that when they were playing at their best and they were fourth in the West, that was an anomaly. I believe that was everything gelling and moving perfectly, the perfectness that they would have to play to get to the Western Conference Finals like they could have. But that was an aberration, and all these guys need to learn how to play basketball without LeBron, probably before LeBron even got there.
No, I disagree. I think that version of the Lakers was actually sustainable.
Really?
Yes. Because they're young players, and they need time to develop. We're very impatient, and we're even more impatient because it's the Lakers, and we're even more impatient because it's the Lakers with LeBron.
Okay, well, are the Lakers young players injury prone? Is it fair to say that? Because there's a lot of pieces around.
I think it's safe to say that Lonzo has had one too many injuries at this point. I wouldn't say that with Kuzma. Maybe with Brandon Ingram, but no, I don't think in any of these situations are not fixable. Injuries happen, and it is what it is. And I think this year they were just plagued with injuries, which is very cliche, but it's the reality. Now, the bigger thing, and this is me just being petty, is that I just want to remind everyone that when LeBron left Miami, it was because he just couldn't bear to play with all of these older players who had all of these injuries. I mean, how can he win a championship with championship players that have injuries?
In that realm, it was fair. That was a fair assessment. That was a fair assessment. At that point in time, he wasn't playing GM because he couldn't, because there were actual people there doing the job that he wanted to be doing, unlike where he was in Cleveland.
And that's where we are right now. This is what I've realized. LeBron came into the league with incredible expectations, right? We know that. Chosen One, Sports Illustrated, all of that. Okay, we know about it.
He reminds us when we forget.
But
to let you know,
he just turns around and
always
touch you.
reminds us.
But he needed to leave Cleveland. The whole world knew he needed to leave Cleveland if he was going to win a championship. Like, Cleveland didn't know that.
Right. The first stint.
The first time, right. So he came to Miami and had an incredible amount of expectations. But he had a support system there that would allow him to be successful, like a championship-level organization. Yes. Everyone forgets, they already had a ring before LeBron got there.
Yes.
They had D. Wade. They had Pat Riley. They brought in Chris Bosh, and the city supported them. If he'd have stayed there forever, Miami would have supported him.
You think so?
Yes.
LeBron is a lifer in Miami.
Listen, do you know that the Dolphins are in Miami? Okay, we understand the meaning of suffering.
But LeBron had to go home. Him going home and
winning. Okay,
but
I'm saying that in that situation, he had expectations,
course.
but he had the support of the fans in the city.
Yeah.
When he went back to Cleveland, he had even more expectations. But he had Kyrie, okay, he had Kevin Love, and he had the support of the city and the fans.
Yeah. Richard Jefferson was huge.
When he came to LA, well, there were a lot of pieces in both places that were instrumental to that. But he came to LA. The reason I point out the big names is he came to LA. He did not have the support of the city, maybe Hollywood, and he certainly did not have the support of Lakers fans, because we can go back and dig up plenty of data on how Lakers fans reacted to him coming here. Yes. So, of course, there were people who were happy that he came here. But overall, it was not a welcome wagon for LeBron James coming to LA. And he didn't have a star with him. He came here with a young team. Do you remember what everyone was saying when they assembled this Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee situation? Everyone was like, how is this going to work?
Suicide Squad.
How is all this going to come together? Well, it's not going to come together because it wasn't about them. It was about the young core.
But with first round draft picks like Kuzma and Lonzo on the roster already, and you just saw what LeBron James did with, as Katito Mobley called, a pack of cools and took them to the finals. That it made sense for us to think that LeBron James can be the glue that would get these people together and working so that they could be as good as they were at the beginning of the season.
Right, but getting to the finals is not acceptable for Los Angeles Lakers fans. This is a city of champions and winners and Hollywood, and the Rams are here now, and there's soccer teams and the Dodgers and UCLA and USC. Yeah. This is not a game. The Clippers, like this is real life out here. This isn't Cleveland. No offense to Cleveland, but this isn't Cleveland.
It's not Cleveland.
It's not Cleveland.
Thank God it's not Cleveland.
Thank God it's not Cleveland. Correct. All right. No diss, but thank God. I'm from Pittsburgh,
Take it the way
actually.
you want.
I really,
Thank God
I've made
LA's
it very
not
clear.
Cleveland.
I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm allowed to say that. The point is, this is Los Angeles. This is a whole different species.
Yes.
It's not even a species. It's like a Voldemort dragon,
like
sea leech.
Yeah. It's like the thing from Stranger
Angel.
Things. Oh, Angel.
Right, that shoots laser beams
Into
palm trees.
Okay.
Oasis. Okay,
Ooh.
so if you can build that in your mind, that's what Los
Yes.
Angeles is. It's a beautiful place.
Like Paradise Ran
with
by the
beautiful
Devil.
people. Yes. So much,
There
well
it is.
said. Much better than my description. Although mine is very vivid and
you got me
pretty
there.
accurate. That's what Los Angeles is. It's not for the weak.
Right. No. It's
The weak,
another. It's another
the
monster.
weak get on a midnight train to Georgia. Okay,
Yes.
that's how it works, right? That's the way it goes. So
that's
I think
fine.
he came here, and what he's doing in his first year here, he should be doing in his Wade, Dirk, Kobe send-off year. Imagine if all this was happening while all of us had no option but to appreciate the last year of LeBron James in the NBA. Not the trade stuff, not all that stuff. I'm saying all the things that he was doing off the court. We'd be so excited about it.
Yeah, because he's already a social activist. It's like a mix of Magic Johnson and Kareem while they're still playing on the Lakers. You know, you get the social activism side, and then the star level making business moves and contracts.
Right,
everywhere.
but while they're still on the Lakers.
yeah.
And the problem
Which is the issue.
is first year, everyone's wondering, do you really care about basketball? And I don't mind that he's doing all these things off the court. Like, we
Right.
criticize athletes when they get in trouble when they're not on the court or on the field. So don't, in the same token, be mad at someone for doing positive things,
Right.
bettering the people around him, or
Instead of catching the case, he's making an album.
right.
You know, things like that.
Things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's too much.
Yeah.
It's clearly too much. You clearly got involved in too many things whilst not making sure that the basketball thing was fully taken care of. Now, I'm not saying that one affects the other as far as his attention or his energy or his motivation. I'm just saying optically, it doesn't look good.
But the basketball thing is taken care of in his mind as LeBron James. He's coming into a person that even if he puts it on autopilot, let's not forget, as bad as the Lakers are, he's rolling out of bed and giving us 27, 8, and 8. So he's still high quality person. At this point in time, even with LeBron, he could put on auto cruise and still be the most decorated statistically NBA player of all time.
Right, but this is going to affect LeBron's legacy. And I do not want to have the conversation. I don't want to do it, but it's going to happen to us. So just prepare yourselves, gird your loins, because as soon as this season is over, the conversation about how all those 8 straight finals didn't mean anything because he was in the East, and as soon as he got to the West, he missed the playoffs. That's a reality, okay? And while I don't think one has anything to do with the other, I still think the domination and getting to 8 straight finals is impressive and should not be dismissed because of everything that happened with the Lakers this year. But it is going to be in a conversation. Like, what I'm afraid of is we are watching MJ with the Wizards.
No,
and Kanye already told us
we
should have never ever let MJ go to the Wizards.
When did Kanye say that?
Oh, you don't remember that?
I know the discography very well. I never heard that.
This is extra throwback.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, look,
I believe it was a live performance.
I'll
show you
by the
when
way,
we're not on air.
that is not fair to say. That is not fair to say because LeBron has failed before. He got drugged by the Spurs in his first year in Cleveland. He went to Miami and let Dirk Nowitzki win his, and everyone went off. Tyson Chandler, Jason Terry, everyone went off. And it's a storybook. He sets up, he fails. He has the freedom to do so because he is that good. And then a championship is coming. When you see those downfalls, championships come.
This is trick.
It's not a big trip. It's a story. He's a drama guy. He likes making real life situations and coming from the ashes. He's the Phoenix. He's going to rise from the ashes, and in this down dead time for LeBron James and the Lakers, will arise a championship.
That's incredibly optimistic of you.
It's what he does. If you're looking at what he does, this is what he does.
No, that's what he did. Because he's not the same player, and I think it's time we all actually say that out of our faces. He is having statistically a good year, but you cannot tell me we are watching the same LeBron James. We're not. We're not watching the same LeBron James.
Well, he's disengaged.
I'm not saying that
he's disengaged with this team. There's so many variables that are leading him to be out. And don't give me the whole Kobe thing. I will say the biggest little one magic trick ever is LeBron James coming to Los Angeles and Kobe Bryant becoming more of a GOAT.
We saw this happening before our eyes before it even actually happened.
But now I'm appreciating Kobe.
Kobe was laying the groundwork for this, for what's happening with Kobe long before LeBron even said he was coming here. And we know this, man. Remember how we were like, oh my God, Uncle Kobe.
Yeah.
How adorable. And they were like, what, Kobe? Why are we saying this? What's happening? How did this happen? What am I talking about? But then you're like, you love it.
Things are different.
And it's like, well, who is this? This is amazing. And it's new Kobe. And here he is. So Kobe has been working on this. Y'all just now catching up.
Yeah,
just figured it out.
That's fair.
His legend has only grown.
He's a snake. He's a golden mamba now.
He is a golden mamba.
This is bullshit.
It's how it works.
This is so crazy.
It's how it works. He is just that good. That's what happens.
Well,
this is where we are.
Waiting game. Soon we'll see Kyrie Irving and Boogie Cousins with LeBron James and the Lakers, and then they'll be in the Western Conference Finals.
It's interesting. And it's entirely possible. I think that this year will be probably the most discussed year of LeBron's entire career. I know everyone thought it was going to be that championship in Cleveland.
Yeah, nope.
That's adorable. Nope. I know everyone thought it was going to be the second championship in Miami.
Yeah, that's
Ashley, you see that?
Scraping hard foam when she's trying to knock on wood, I think.
No, I just wanted to make the sound.
Oh, you're pointing to the... Oh, yeah, that happened. I forgot about that.
You thought I was trying to knock on wood?
I don't know what you was doing.
I seriously worry about you sometimes. I truly do.
Yes, I am to be worried about.
Wow, that's so weird. Anyway, the point is, this is going to be the most discussed year of LeBron James' career. And if he doesn't win a championship, which is what I greatly fear.
Oh, now you're saying if he doesn't. Because before, a few weeks ago, you were saying he is going to. Let's not panic.
Was it a few weeks ago? Because I think it was a little further back.
Okay, a few weeks on a few weeks. So now it's an if.
Oh, it is definitely an if.
It's definitely an if.
Yeah.
The Lakers aren't good enough to put pieces around LeBron James after seeing how bad it went this year. You're telling me that they can't correct. They can't self-correct.
Here's the thing. Okay, first chip that will fall is Luke Walton, right?
Yes.
We all are we're all in acceptance of the fact that Luke is no longer going to be there.
Good luck with the Wizards next year.
Whether or not that's fair, life isn't fair. Yeah. I don't think it's Luke's fault, but I do think Luke has a problem connecting with the players. He don't speak with
his chest. He was mic'd up last night, and I was like, I wouldn't listen to him.
Yes, you were. You were very coachable,
Luke
Brandon.
Because I was acting like the light skinned players. Light skinned players get coached really well. You know,
do they?
Yeah, they. You should see Kuzma and everybody's looking at Luke like, oh, okay.
I would not describe myself as a coachable player in my time.
That is fair. That okay, yeah. That's
okay,
fair.
I needed to feel the connection.
No, that is
in
fair.
order to carry out the task
for skin tones.
Yeah, that's.
It will happen again.
The point is, he hasn't been able to connect with the players, clearly.
Yes.
He clearly has issues with Lonzo, we know.
Yes.
And LeBron is off that situation. So it's going to be Ty Lue. By the way, I've been saying that for months now. I know it's hard to give me credit for anything, but I just like the general
you get
population.
Credit, where my credit going to go? That's what people think.
Well, you didn't say that.
I know what I'm saying. People think that you can't have, they need their credit to go somewhere. If you get credit.
All I'm saying is that, can I just say I was first to the mic with the Ty Lue thing? I usually don't get caught up in these things, but every once in a while, it's like, can I just get a little credit?
I can't. We have to go back to the tapes. I would love to give you first on that. Trust me.
Anyway, the point is, Ty Lue is going to be there next year. And that only makes sense because LeBron does not have that many more years left in the NBA, which everyone just wash over. That's happening. Yeah. And he doesn't have time to get associated with a new coach that he's never worked with before. No matter how much he likes him.
Oh, yeah. LeBron does not have time for that.
No more time. There's no more time.
You'll see Black before you see a new coach with the Lakers. I'm just saying.
Oh, my God.
We don't have time to no new LeBron.
No new friends.
Yes,
okay, it's going to be Ty Lue. And then they're going to get free agents. Yeah. This whole talk of nobody wants to play with LeBron and the Lakers, just stop it. Somebody's going to be here. Yeah. Whether it's Kyrie, whether they figure the thing out with Anthony Davis, there's going to be two people here who are all-star level next year. But that doesn't, the Warriors are still there, the Rockets are still there, the West is still hard, and who knows what's going to happen in the East.
Yeah.
So overall, they're a disaster. I think it's safe to say that now. And I haven't even just started discussing the whole thing with the trade and how that's affected everybody. I mean, we've obviously talked about it a lot.
Right.
But there is just no There is no love. Like, I'm not feeling the love watching the Lakers.
We both wore black hoodies today. I was coming like in a morning sense, but also I was like kind of mad. So I was like, I'm almost ready to beat up the Lakers for missing the play. You know what I'm saying? Like just black hoodie vibe. You know what I'm saying? You ride.
That is yeah.
What?
That is crime mob gear.
Oh yeah. Straight up like
when it's not when it's.
You know what I mean?
Do you have Tim's on though?
No. I kept it. You know, we work with people.
You have basically the opposite of Timberlands.
Right.
On.
You gotta keep people guessing.
Can you show?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep people guessing.
You have the opposite of Timberlands on.
Oh, my
so at
God,
least you kept it real. You kept it real to yourself. You kept it authentic.
Mills rep by Pumas. This is gangster. That's a good end.
You are not. You are not wearing that to a fight.
No. Slipping and sliding.
No.
You don't wear rock parts to a fight.
No, you're wearing Timberlands. I would not have the earrings or any rings on.
I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
That's way more information than I needed. Now go.